Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to day 23 of my 31 Days of Horror in October. Now, like I said before in previous other videos, if you haven't been keeping up with this marathon so far, basically what I'm doing is for the month of October, I will be reviewing, or I have been reviewing, one horror film per day for the month of Halloween, and all these reviews are on some of my personal favorite horror films. So I've been reviewing, like, a bunch of different kinds, classics, slashers, remakes, underrated ones, obscure ones, etc., etc. Now that we are on day 23, because I just came off of talking about Anaconda, I figured, you know what, let me review another creature feature film that I really do enjoy. And this came out around the same time, I think. I believe this came out around in the 90s. Yeah, 1999 this came out. So this came out 2 years after Anaconda. And of course you can tell by the title already what that review is going to be on. And of course that review is going to be on Lake Placid. Now, Lake Placid, of course, was released in '99, directed by Steve Miner, same guy that did Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3. And he also, I believe he also did Halloween H2O, I believe, as well. And also the Day of the Dead remake, which is a different story some other day. But getting on to this one, Lake Placid. Basically, you have some people who are trying to go after a killer crocodile, and in your main cast, you have Bill Pullman from Independence Day, Spaceballs, many more. You have Bridget Fonda from Kiss of the Dragon with Jet Li, and among others. Oliver Platt from Flatliners. You have Brendan Gleeson you've seen him in a lot of other films as well, Brendan Gleeson. And you even have a little small role with Betty White, which she's honestly one of the funniest parts of this movie, Betty White. But this is just one of those films, once again, that I think is a fun creature film. A very fun creature feature, once again. Because I think Anaconda and Lake Placid are two of my favorites of the creature feature genre. Especially for 90s kind of horror films. I think they're two of my personal favorite ones. Because you have Stan Winston doing the effects on the crocodile and things like that. Stan Winston, you look up Stan Winston, the guy's no longer with us anymore, but Stan Winston is a legend. Pumpkinhead. He even did, some of the effects on Slither. Stan Winston is just a legend. I think it's directed very well by Steve Miner. Steve Miner I do enjoy as a director. I really enjoy parts 2 and 3 of the Jason series, Friday the 13th. Really enjoy Halloween H2O. And I also enjoy this one too, like I said. I think the cast works really well. Bill Pullman, always been a big fan of Bill Pullman. Spaceballs, Independence Day, Serpent and the Rainbow. And of course, one of my personal favorite ones that he did was Mistrial, which was a made-for HBO movie, which I think is a very underrated one. So, always been a big fan of Bill Pullman. You have Bridget Fonda as your main female lead from Kiss of the Dragon. She does a fine job in here as well. You have Oliver Platt, who's pretty much kind of the comic relief, because he's a guy who's like an alligator expert, not an alligator, crocodile expert, because it's a killer crocodile, not an alligator. So he's like a crocodile expert. No, not like, no, he's not the crocodile hunter like Steve Irwin, may he rest in peace, but it's a crocodile expert. And it's just one of those films where I just think it's just a very fun adventure film, really fun creature feature film, and I feel like this is one of those films where it's just a very fun creature film, and I really like the back and forth too between Brendan Gleeson and Oliver Platt, or basically Oliver Platt's just annoying Brendan Gleeson, and then Brendan Gleeson ends up hitting him, and then Bill Pullman's like, "You hit him." Well, he said he knew karate. So you get some fun dialogue back and forth between Oliver Platt and Brendan Gleeson. Because I think the characters, you have Bill Pullman, who's part of like a fishing game. Oliver Platt's a crocodile expert. You have Brendan Gleeson, who's pretty much like the sheriff, pretty much. And of course, I'm going to get onto Betty White's character, Mrs. Bickerman. Yeah, that's her name, Mrs. Bickerman, who's basically just the old woman who loves to curse. You know, calls out Brendan Gleeson, calls him a really funny name. I'm not going to say what it is, but watch it for yourself. You know, officer. You know, and I'm not going to say what she says. I'm going to save that for you guys to watch. But really do enjoy Betty White in this film. I know Betty White, you know, from the Match Game and The Golden Girls, among others. It was really kind of funny seeing her play this kind of like dirty, like grandmother, like who likes to curse and things like that. I think it's a pretty funny role, very different from any other role that she's done, pretty much. You know, I think like Placid is a fun creature film. I think the effects are pretty good by Stan Winston. I like the effects on the crocodile itself, which you see right here. I also know there's a Scream Factory Blu-ray of this, but I heard it wasn't really too much to run home about. Maybe one day I'll pick it up on Blu-ray, but not anytime soon. But this film is a lot of fun. It's a fun creature film. I like the fact that it's a crocodile, because you know you see a lot of like alligator like movies, like Alligator with Robert Forster among others. But it's a crocodile, and I like that it was a crocodile. I think the effects on the crocodile are pretty good for the time, and I think they're still pretty good to this day, because you got Stan Winston behind the effects. You got some good blood in here too, especially this one part when the crocodile comes out of the water and it grabs an animal and it goes back into the water. It's a pretty cool scene right there. And other than that, I mean, this film is just a lot of fun. Very fun creature film. Very solid cast with Bill Pullman, Oliver Platt. You got some fun dialogue. You got some good blood. Pretty intense. I love the whole third act when they're going after the crocodile. A lot of fun dialogue, especially between Oliver Platt and Brendan Gleeson's a lot of fun. I think Steve Miner directed this very, very well. I do enjoy Steve Miner as a director. And overall, Lake Placid is one of those films that I just feel like you have to see if you're a big fan of creature films and you want to see a really good one that I feel doesn't get talked about that much anymore. I say give this one a look. So that is pretty much it for my review for Lake Placid, and thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, take care.